Hi everybody, my name's Alison. Welcome to my channel, Ancient Oak Psychic Arts. Today I'm going to do a general reading for the sign of Cancer. I'm going to go ahead and pull your overall energy, look at any guidance and advice from Spirit, and also look at any opportunities or challenges that you have coming in and how you can use that to your advantage. So this is good for all placements of Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. All right, and if you don't know what your placements are, I have a link in the description of the video that's a free site that will allow you to put in your birthday and you can find out those placements. All right, well, we have this card that wanted to come out, Eight of Pentacles. That literally flipped right out. Okay, let me get the rest. So I've cleansed, shuffled, and I've meditated, and I've asked for the strongest energy to come through in the cards for Cancer. And I always ask your best and highest good to come in also. So here we go. We have the Judgment card. So that first card is the Eight of Pentacles, then Judgment. Then we have the Two of Wands. We have the Emperor. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Nine of Pentacles. For your opportunity, we've got the Knight of Swords. And for your challenge, we have the Strength card. All right, so a nice mixture of energy here. So I just want to let everybody know a couple of things. One, it was my birthday on the 8th. And then I'm not a fan of makeup. So I haven't been wearing makeup all week and it's been lovely. I did have some laser done. So if you see some red marks, that's what it is. So it's not, there's nothing wrong. I just don't have makeup on and there's red marks until the healing takes place. So it's almost completely done and I'm really excited by it. So if I look different, that is why. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. So first of all, there's a lot of energy coming in for Cancer right now. This, what we have with this eclipse season, you're definitely going to be affected by it. You're a water sign. I'm sure you're all feeling it. Whether you can articulate it or not, I'm sure you're being hit by all these changes that are going on. We had the Pisces lunar eclipse on September 7th. My birthday's the 8th. Then on the, what is it, the 21st, we have the Virgo solar eclipse, partial solar eclipse. Let me come over here. I'll just read you something on it. So yeah, September 21st, I have to look at my notes. The partial solar eclipse. So it's going to encourage a powerful transformation in daily routines, health, and work by helping to dissolve old patterns and release perfectionism to embrace compassionate action and trusting the flow of life. This eclipse opens a portal for significant personal and collective change, emphasizing the balance between spiritual intuition and practical action. So that is Virgo. You guys know I'm a Virgo. So that is all Virgo energy, looking at your health and work and different patterns. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So I also want to say one more thing too before we get going. So the other thing is, I actually have two things. So on some of the other videos, I was experimenting with the overhead camera, but that's all it was. I couldn't do this camera and the overhead. I'm working to do two cameras so that you can see me and the cards. That's coming. I'm hoping to have that done this week, just to FYI. So a couple of the videos had that. And also, I think it was maybe a couple of dailies. I can't remember. So that's been done. I'm hoping to get that like perfected this week. So bear with me, I'm not tech savvy. The other thing is, because it's my birthday, from September 8th until the 30th, I'm running a special on my website, which is ancientoakpsychicarts.com. Link is in the description below. That will take you to my website, and at the top it'll say birthday special. And so you'll get 15% off any personal reading with me, whether it's going to be live or the pre-recorded one, and the 1-hour lessons, which would be tarot, manifestation, and raising your vibration if that's something you need help with one-on-one. So that's running now. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know I really don't run specials, but I think it was a couple of years ago I did it around my birthday also. So I wanted to go ahead and do it this year too. So that's my gift to you. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely go ahead and sign up now. It will sell out fast. I've already put it on the newsletter. I did it for the members. And now I've also announced it up to the channel. I'll be making a separate video later today. So just want to let you know. All right. Now let's go ahead and get into the reading. So I look around the room and we have 3 major arcana. In your present energy, we've got the Judgment card, guidance and advice from Spirit, the Emperor. And in your challenge position, we have the Strength card. So a lot of powerful movement coming in for you. So let's go ahead and look. We've got Pentacles, Wands, excuse me, Swords. Pentacles, Wands, Swords. Okay, so, interesting. No cup energy, no water energy, and you're a water sign. Okay, so this is going to be you more in your head in the 3D, taking action. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm going to start with your overall energy first as we get going. So we've got your recent past is the 8 of Pentacles. This card flew out. Your present energy is the Judgment card. And then in your near future, the 2 of Wands. So as we're looking at these cards, in your recent past, this is you doing a lot of work in the 3D. So this is going to be in relationships, different types of connections, in your work, your career, your retirement, or working towards retirement. This is going to be you traveling, location, relocation, your finances, health. And again, this ties into eclipse season, right? Because this is an earth card. We're also looking at education. We're looking at everything that takes place in the 3D with this card, but this is your meticulous attention to detail. So you're really working towards something. You have a goal. It's self-mastery and discipline that allows you to stay focused and to stay on point for your goal. And that's what you're doing here. You're paying attention to the details and you're putting the work in. That's your recent past. Your present is the Judgment card. This is you really taking that compassionate look at your life right here, right now. You are asking the big questions. This to me is when you're stepping into that mode, you're working towards this goal, and now you're having some revelations about it, and you're doing a check-in, a type of assessment with yourself. Do I like where I'm at? Am I seeing the results that I'm striving for? Is it still in alignment with who I am? Or have things shifted a little bit for you and now it's time to maybe pivot a little bit and keep honing that skill, that goal that you're going towards? You know, are you happy? And if not, what can you do? Maybe that goal is not quite right for you and you need to make some adjustments to it. For example, I'm just going to say this because I'm finding this in a lot of personal readings for people that are coming to me. And these are people that are very high functioning individuals. So it's not like it's just, you know, someone random. People are having a hard time finding their tribe. I mean, when you're on this ascension process and you are accelerating spiritually, and then you're bringing your vibration up, a lot of people are falling away that you used to associate with, and whether it's in business or friendship. And what I'm seeing for friends is that as these people are ascending and they're really powerful, they're doing these great things, they're losing a lot of their friends, and so they're trying to acquire new friends. And that's something that I'm really seeing coming in, and that's part of this card. This is you looking at that. It's a revelation that this is happening, but it's not stopping you from keeping your eye on the goal for your own personal growth and development. And so it's allowing you to do a check-in. Am I happy? And if not, if I'm not going to certain areas where I could meet potential people that are on the same frequency as I am, what can I do to then put myself in a different arena? How can I go and meet different people in person? It's not just meeting people online. You need to see them in person. Have a buddy where you can go grab a cup of coffee with, catch a movie, whatever it is that you like to do, walk on the beach, a workout partner, whatever it is. It's you finding someone that's right there. It's great to have people all over the world. I have friends all over the world and I love it. But there's nothing that's going to beat having somebody right then and there where you can say, hey, you want to go out to breakfast? Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. So you need to have people that are right there, right now. That is the reality. It's real. It's right there. So that's kind of a question I feel is really coming through in the cards for you. As you're doing that check-in every aspect of your life. You know, what really gets you excited? So that is your present energy. That is a heavy card because that allows you to look at your life before you start the next chapter. So that's why that card is so important. It's the 20 in the major arcana. When we get to the 21, that's the world, and then you circle back to the next chapter, which is the 0 in the major arcana, the Fool. So then we have this 2 of Wands in your near future. So this is you figuring out what it is that you want to do in your near future. So these are really working together, right? Your present energy, you're doing a deep check-in. This is a heavy card. You're having major revelations, and this is a good thing because you're trying to get that knowledge and wisdom to carry it with you to the next chapter. You want to see these life lessons. And it's also, because of the revelations, it's a wake-up call. You're seeing these people drop. I feel like you're seeing people just drop out. They even know they're not resonating with you anymore. They might not be able to articulate it or speak it, or if they do, they don't really know how to counteract it. They're not raising their vibration. They're not doing their work a lot of the time, and they're not quite sure what to start. All of a sudden, they just kind of wake up one day and they see that you've changed, and they just don't know exactly. So clarifying your intention. What is it that you want to do in this life? What is it that you want to figure out? What direction it is that you want to go in? The same one, or are you going to pivot a little bit? Because, you know, if you're on track, that's great. But this is you doing that check-in in your present. And if everything's going great, fantastic, continue on. If not, it's pivoting. But that 2 of Wands is allowing you to understand what it is that you want, because you cannot get what you want until you know what you want. And if you don't know what you want, that is okay too. Just relax and enjoy the ride. And when you figure out what it is that you want, that's when that energy kicks in, and then that points you in the right direction. But there's absolutely no rush. It's kind of like when you go to college. Maybe you don't know what your major is, so you just start doing your general education work for the first 2 years. You just want to get that out. Try different things, see what resonates with you, see what you like, see what you don't like. Get that out there, and then you can declare your major. There's no rush if you don't know, and maybe you don't even know until your 4th year. Maybe you're just taking different classes, right? So it's really about you, or maybe you switch majors, right? You can even do that. So it's about you really spending some time figuring out what it is that you want. All right, let's go ahead and get some clarifiers. We have the 8 of Swords. We have the 4 of Wands. We have the 5 of Swords. We have the 8. So okay, that is weird. So I said we have the 8. That's the Strength card. It's also my birthday. I'm not trying to keep bringing my birthday into it, but I have to say these things keep coming up for me. And that's something that comes up, is the Strength card, because that's the infinity number, and a lot of things are tied in on that. So, in fact, it's even on the card, okay? So, sorry. Oh my God, and then you show up in your own reading. Oh my God, I love it. Okay. So, Ava, you show up in your own reading. Okay, and then we have the Page of Pentacles. All right, so these are the clarifiers now. Let's go ahead and take a look. So we have, in your recent past, this 8 of Pentacles being clarified by the 8 of Swords and then the 4 of Wands. So we're literally looking at a self-imposed restriction. So while you're doing this type of work, you do feel a little trapped at times, and that's okay. But this is self-imposed. So it's about looking at things differently, gaining a different perspective, and that will help you shift that energy, because we have the card of celebration here. This is the card of celebrating milestones of life itself. This is you putting yourself out there. This is that 1111 card, and that gateway is wide open. You're walking through that energetically. That's why this can also be the card of marriage. You're walking to the other side, and that's where the celebration is. So this is celebrating like anniversaries, weddings, graduations, big milestones. And for me, It's also getting self-knowledge. I consider that to be a huge milestone for people. So for me as a reader, it's also you maybe gaining insight into yourself, because that is part of what she is doing. She's putting the work in, the discipline, and having her goal on point. And this is you, though. Maybe you feel trapped by it. Maybe you can only see one way of doing something and you need to stand back and see that there's other ways of doing it to get to the desired goal, especially if you're feeling trapped. That's not good. You want to strive towards something that makes you feel good and positive, not restricted. But here's the card of celebration. So maybe it's also shifting perspective a little bit. All right, that's your recent past. Your present energy is the Judgment card. And that is being clarified by the Five of Swords and the 8, the Strength card, which is also here in your challenge position. Same card, different deck. Okay, it's here twice. So this card is talking about you taming your inner beast. This is you using your strength, your compassionate heart as your strength. This is you knowing just how resilient you actually are, that you can dig deep inside for that inner strength to overcome just about any obstacle that comes your way with that infinity sign. This could be self-doubt, that inner beast that comes up, that self-sabotaging energy. This is you taming it. You do this exercise every day. This is part of your discipline that you're doing every day for you to have your eye on the goal. You have that determination and that dedication to it, and it's presenting itself right here. We also have the Five of Swords. This is a card of discord. This is talking about maybe things that have been said that are still sticking with you, maybe something from your past, maybe something from an argument you had with someone earlier in the day, last week, whenever it is. Again, childhood trauma, maybe the words were spoken. Whatever it is, these are things that are still sticking with you, and they help shape your behavior and your responses to it. So this is about looking at that with honesty and using your strength and courage to overcome these things when they come up for you. And it might even be that you're diffusing its power by using your strength and courage. You're diffusing the power of the memory of the words that were used against you, or maybe you spoke them to somebody else, because remember, these energies can go both ways. And you're diffusing it so that it's no longer taking control of you. That makes sense. You're not giving it power, emotional power anymore. You're not letting it shape your subconscious mind. You go in and you work on that and you reprogram that, and that allows you to move forward and navigate through that. Then we get to your near future, and that is the Two of Wands, and that is being clarified by the Chariot and the Page of Pentacles. You've just shown up in your own reading in a position of strength and power in your near future, which is even better, because this is you striving for victory and success. This is your natural element. This is you tapped into exactly who you are, especially after doing that judgment in the present energy where you're doing that check-in and that self-assessment and having those revelations. You are using your intuition as a vehicle to guide you to victory and success, with that knowledge and wisdom and those life lessons also, because you're using your mind and your intuition to be able to go forward into the future, to clarify your intention on what it is that you want to do, what you want to accomplish, who you want to accomplish it with, who do you want to be with. Because remember, we're looking at everything in the 3D. You're looking at these connections, right? Whether it's platonic or romantic, getting a pet, having a child. We're looking at work and career. We're looking at retirement, of course. We're looking at your finances, investments, investment properties. I mean, it's the big picture. I just throw these words out, but think about how big and expansive that actually is. We're looking at travel, your health, location, relocation, housing, education. And everything, right? Everything. So this is that victory and success. You are keeping your eye on the prize. This is Julius Caesar riding into Rome. Does it get any more powerful than that? Right? I mean, just it's a beautiful, beautiful energy. Listen to your intuition. Follow your inner joy also. We have this Page of Pentacles. He's presenting you with an opportunity in the 3D. He's a messenger. He wants to present you with something that's going to allow you to get more knowledge on something that you want for yourself in the 3D, the material world. Clarify your intention. Get more information on it if you need it, and then you can start shaping what your intention is so you can manifest in what it is that you want. That is your current energy, Cancer. Wow. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the guidance and advice from Spirit. We have 3 cards. We have the Emperor, we have the Queen of Wands, and we have the 9 of Pentacles. So we have the Emperor. This is you. Spirit is saying, take charge of your life. Be a leader of your life. This is you having strong friends, not having weak friends. I say that with love because you're only as strong as your weakest link. If you have a lot of weak people around you, people with a lot of problems, they're going to hold you back. They're going to tap into your energy. They're going to suck you down. This is you. Iron sharpens iron. This is you being around people that are on the same playing field as you, if not higher. Okay? You want to be around people that are very strong. This is the Emperor. His best friend is the Boar. He is basically the general, and this is the Emperor. So this is a matter of you really showing yourself to be a true leader of yourself and your relationship to the realm. You're a role model. And this is you choosing to be around people that have the equal amount of discipline. They have a different role, but they are still disciplined. They're top in their field. They're top in their game. Spirit is saying you start striving for that. That will really elevate you. And that's part of your ascension process, I feel. That's what's coming in for you, Cancer. The Emperor is all 4 kings put together, and the kings have that outward focus over the realm, whereas the queens have the inward focus. So as you have this leadership looking out over the realm, this is you in your relationship to your environment, whether it's with your family, your friends that you currently have, or maybe at work, whatever it is, it's you looking out with you in your outside environment, whatever that might be. If you're retired, maybe it's you with your relationship with your grandkids. You know, I mean, it doesn't have to be like huge and expansive on a world scale. Maybe it's something as simple as you, your pets, and your grandkids. Maybe you babysit them. So it's looking at that, you know, so that would be the grandkids, elevating them, getting them to have that discipline too, elevating them to your status because you are their role model for that time that they're with you. And you'll always be in their mind, right? So then we also have this Queen of Wands. This is you stepping into your magic, into your power, being bold, creative, assertive, having a lot of enthusiasm for what it is you want to create in your life. Spirit is saying, go for it. This is your time to step into that role. Then we also have this 9 of Pentacles. This is the Lady of Luxury. This is being self-reliant, independent, again, more focused. That's a theme that's shown up here, is you having focus and determination. And they happen to be in the realm of Pentacles that's coming in. That 8 of Pentacles is the first card that showed up, and it flipped out of the deck. Right there, discipline and focus. Here we have this focus that's coming in, keeping your eye on the prize. It's that kind of energy that's coming through for you this time. All right, let's go ahead and get those clarifiers. Oh my God, I love it. So we have the Queen of Wands twice. She's clarifying the Emperor, but she is in this reading twice. Same card, different deck. What a beautiful card to have twice. Again, it doesn't matter if it's male or if you're male or female, it's the energy of the cards. Okay, so let me start over. So we've got that Queen of Wands, we have the Page of Wands, then we have the Ace of Swords with the 5 of Cups, and then the last 2 are the Emperor again, and the 7 of Pentacles. You have now the 8, the 9, and then the 7. Wow. Okay, so when we are looking at this Emperor, it's the Anchor card. It's being clarified by the Queen of Wands and the Page of Wands. So wand energy, we're looking at fire. We're looking at you taking action. So this is you stepping into this position of leadership, of really knowing right from wrong and doing what is right, doing acting with integrity in your true authentic self. It's you stepping into that position and elevating yourself too. You're higher up in the Emperor position. Being clarified by the Queen of Wands and the Page of Wands. This is you, while you're doing that, to continue to push forward. You're continuing to self-actualize, to follow your passion, to follow your enthusiasm for what it is that you want to create. This is you networking, doing all kinds of things. So that Emperor is the outward focus. This is also an inward focus, but it's an inward focus that shows itself to the outside world. And that's something that's coming through. You see that sunflower, it always follows the sun. That's her inner joy and her optimism, and she's wearing yellow. This is a gorgeous, positive, upbeat type energy. And then with this Page of Wands, it's just taking that first step. If you haven't already, it's you just putting yourself out there and just getting the ball rolling. You've got to start somewhere. And once you get going, watch what comes out. And it's a continuation. Here's the Anchor card. Spirit is saying, step into your power. This is your magic. Self-actualize. And it can't be touched. You're really in your own element. You're in your power. You're thriving right now. And it's being clarified by the Ace of Swords and the Five of Cups. Literally a gift and blessing from the universe and a new beginning in truth. This is the Sword of Steel. This is the Sword of Truth, communication, of clarity. Along with the Five of Cups, this is the card of loss and bereavement. He's mourning the loss of something he loves dearly. It's represented by these 3 cups, and he's got that black cloak on. Now, the key with this card is you don't want to stay there. You don't want to stay there too long. Some people stay in that grieving period for years and sometimes even decades, and then it becomes your identity with who you are. That's not what anybody wants to do or should do. It's very unhealthy. When you go through something that's a loss, remember, you're self-actualizing. Maybe a memory is coming up. Maybe you lose, like I said, maybe you lose people along the way that you truly love, but they can't support you. Maybe they can't accept the direction you're going in. Whatever, it's their baggage, right? They are the ones that have the issues, but it creates a loss. This could be divorce, a death in the family, death of a relationship, a falling out. So this is you getting a lot of truth and clarity coming in to see things that are starting to happen for you when you're doing this ascension, this change that's coming. The key with this card is you go through this grieving process, right? Everyone does. It's normal. You just go through it in your own time, but you don't stay there for an extended amount of time. And then you turn around and you see these 2 cups standing. You drop that black cloak of mourning. You be grateful for what you have, and you continue forward. You've heard me say it before. If you can start a gratitude journal, write down 3 to 5 things every single day that you're grateful for, and watch your energy shift. Do it in the morning so that you carry that frequency with you throughout the day. And watch, I mean, really the next day, you'll see how the energy has shifted. But after 7 days, let's say it's a week, oh my God, it's monumental. It is a huge shift that takes place. And if you're having a hard time coming up with different things each day, that should give you some insight into some things that you might want to start changing in your life. Either it's your attitude and your outlook that you don't see these things that you actually are grateful for. You're just not used to thinking like that. Or if you really don't have a lot to be grateful for, then that means you really need to start making some changes. And the first way to do that is to have clarity and see things for what they are. Because you want to be able to take action from a place of truth and honesty. You want to be in your true authentic self. And if that's what you're seeing, then this is an excellent opportunity for you to get that clarity so you can start making those shifts and start going towards your idealized life, to be the person that you want to be if you're not there right now. And that is part of this human process. So it's getting that clarity, standing in your truth, communicating it. I love it. Very powerful energy. Then we're looking at this 9 of Pentacles being clarified by the Emperor and the 7 of Pentacles. So let me show you another duplicate. It is, here we go, same card, different deck. This is the traditional deck. All right, so we're looking at, again, the Nine of Pentacles being clarified by the Seven and the Emperor. Again, Lady of Luxury, being self-reliant, independent, and having that laser focus, stepping into your power. It's all you this time. I think this is amazing. This is all about your strength and power. We have the Strength card show up twice. We have the Chariot. You've shown up in your own reading in a position of strength and power. The Emperor is here twice, which is a position of strength and power. Okay, there's a theme. It's repeating itself. The Emperor's twice. The Strength is here twice. I mean, it's not just like it's showing up. It's repeating. Now, this Chariot is only here one time so far. Yeah, that'll be the only time because I'm using the other deck for the clarifier. So it's only going to be here once. But I'm telling you, excuse me, the power is incredible. Then we've got this Seven of Pentacles. Again, more assessment. You are really looking at everything that's going on in your life. You're asking yourself, has everything you've put into your life so far, is it paying out? Are you getting the desired results? And if you're not, what can you do to make changes? And if you are, fantastic. You double down on it and you continue going when it's something that's positive that you want. If you're neutral, figure it out. You need to clarify your intention. That's your near future card. So this is all about you taking time to take stock in yourself, take a personal assessment, and check in on yourself. How is your health? How are your finances? How is your relationship to friends, family, your coworkers? Do you like your job? Are you starting your own business? How is that going? Right? You're looking at like all these different things. You want to take a vacation. Where do you want to go this year? Does it have special meaning for you? Or do you want to do a staycation home? You're looking at everything that's coming in for you, all those details. That is the guidance and advice from Spirit. Now we're going to look at your opportunity and then your challenge. So your opportunity is the Knight of Swords. This is talking about you getting a lot of truth and clarity. This Knight is not going to let you continue on your life path until you confront these truths about yourself. You really need to get to know yourself a little bit better, and then that's going to help give you the strength and power on your journey. It's grounding your truth into the ground, into this 3D reality. So if you're thinking about things that you want up in the ether, maybe it's just, you're playing with this creative imagination. This is you now grounding it into the 3D, into the reality that we are in. That is your opportunity, and I'll get clarifiers in a minute. And then your challenge is the Strength card. Again, it is a clarifier in your present energy. It's your strength and courage. So it's in the challenge position. So is this impossible? No. The challenge just means you have to work a little harder at it to achieve it. And when you do, it's incredibly rewarding. So it's in the challenge position, which means it might be a little difficult for you to tap into your strength and courage right now. Well, wow, you have a lot going on. Maybe that's it. So let's get some clarifiers and find out why that is. Is there a blockage? Is there somebody blocking you? Are you blocking yourself? Right, let's find out. All right, so for the opportunity, we've got the Knight of Pentacles and the Hermit card, Virgo energy. And then we have the Death card and the Tower. Oh my God, that is beautiful. Okay, don't be afraid of the Tower and the Death card. Oh, they're great cards. I welcome them. Okay, so your opportunity, we've got the Knight of Swords. Really getting that clarity in yourself, right? Confronting a few things in your life before you move forward. Every knight's on a mission. So he's on a mission and so is he. This is the Knight of Pentacles with the Hermit. This is the Knight of Earth, and he is not even moving. Look at that. He likes to take one steady foot in front of the other as he's moving forward, but he's so methodical and so practical. He's not even moving. That's how slow he goes. So he's taking his time. He's looking around. He's practical, grounded, stable, secure. So while you're looking around the room, you're remaining grounded. And I like that. You're grounded in reality because that's where you want your truth to be, is in the earth of reality. He is the Knight of Earth. And these two are working together on a mission for you. So It's grounding your truth into the 3D so that he can bring an opportunity forward for you using this knowledge and wisdom that's coming in. So that's really telling me that you really do need to take a look, and you have an opportunity to do that. If you choose this opportunity, remember, these opportunities are here for you. Not everybody wants to do it or grab it. We also have the Hermit. This is having those dark nights of the soul. This is going within to look at your inner light. This is that knowledge and wisdom that Virgo has. This is going within. Now, this is a major arcana, so that is a deep, sweeping energy that's going to be over months and years. So you have an opportunity to ground your truth and reality, and this is something that's going to be monumental because it's going to last a long time. You're looking at some big changes coming in, and by having this enlightenment and having that guiding light, that I would say that North Star, right? You're seeing that, and that is guiding you, and that's going to allow you to stay on point, because that seems like a big part of what this reading is. You staying focused, leadership position, your strength and power, you're staying totally focused, you're working towards a goal, and it's like it's all coming together, but it's you also having this insight and having that guiding light that comes from within. All right, that's your opportunity. Now we look at your challenge, which is the Strength card. This is your strength and courage. It's in the challenge position. So how do you get to your strength and courage? Wow. The two major release cards. First of all, they're all major arcanas. Releasing what no longer serves you. This is you making that conscious effort to do release work. This is the universe releasing what you can't see coming and having major revelations. This could be you having everything wiped out. Now, I welcome this energy personally. That doesn't mean everyone does. I personally do. If something is not working for me, I want it gone, and I want it gone now, because I don't want to waste my life. You only have one life. This is not a dress rehearsal. So you want to make the most of it. If something's not working, God, get rid of it. Otherwise, can you imagine you've wasted your life? It's kind of like people that are in relationships. Let's say they want kids. They're in a relationship with someone that's kind of leading them on. They don't want to get married. They love them. They have a good time with them. They don't want kids, and they don't want to get married and all this stuff. And this, let's say it's a woman and you want to get married. Then all of a sudden you get to a certain age and you're like, you know what? I'm just kind of done. That person has wasted, and you let it happen, wasted those prime years of your life waiting around for someone to make a move. It's that kind of energy. Release what no longer serves you and get on your path. You know, it's just like people, they keep staying because something is comfortable, even though it's not what they're looking for, and that's where the hiccups come in. This is you releasing what no longer serves you. Does it mean that example I just gave that that person's a bad person? No, it just means that it's not the right person for you. If you want kids, then you need to find someone that definitely wants them, and it's going to have them right away. You are always taking a chance in a relationship. The next person could say the same thing and lead you on. And then the next person, that's why you have to choose carefully and use discernment and really make sure that they are who they say they are, right? That they really mean that. So that happens to people all the time. Men and women will do that to each other. So again, you're releasing what no longer serves you. Then we have the Tower that's coming in, and the Tower is the universe coming in to release what you don't see and to give you these revelations, these major truths that come in. That brings you back down to your reality, to your foundation. So that's how you get to your strength and courage, is you need to release a lot of things. And I think when you do that release work, that's when you discover your own inner strength and courage, because you've had the courage to stand up and make some changes for yourself, to release things that might not serve you. And that might be you overcoming some interior fear, because let's say it's a person, place, thing, an idea, an old version of you. Let's say it's a person and you're going to release them because it's just not right for you. That could be really scary. Maybe you don't want to lose that person. You don't know how they're going to respond. Whatever it is, maybe that is just an internal fear that you have to overcome to get this ball rolling. It's that kind of energy. And I'm just going to say this because I always feel like I have to. So if you're going to be breaking up with someone, I would always do it at a public restaurant or somewhere and take separate cars, because if somebody might have a violent response, they won't do it in public, and they won't do it like in the drive home. I have to say that to men or women because that's the kind of society that we live in nowadays. You always want to be protected and safety first, no matter what. Even if you love this person, you know them, you don't know what's going to set somebody off. I would be very, very careful. I just want to say that. All right, so that is your opportunity. That is your challenge. It's there for everybody, but not everybody grabs it, yet it is available. All right, everybody, that is what I have for you for today. If you could, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And leave a comment if this resonates with you. And definitely leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. You guys know I'm getting ready to travel this fall. I have 2 trips planned so far. I'll be going to Canada on the eastern side because I'm in Florida right now, and I'll just be flying straight up the coast. And so I'm really looking forward to that. I've never been to Canada. I've always wanted to go, and I've never been, so I'm super excited. And then I'm going to Europe. I'm going to Scotland, Ireland, and to Scandinavia. I'm super excited to be going there. Again, I've been to Europe so many times, but I've never been to those countries. I just never seem to make it there. I always get stuck in England in a good way, or I'm somewhere else, and I just never make it there. So now this trip is geared just towards those areas. What else to tell you? I have that special going if you'd like to book a personal reading with me. The link is, I don't think it is in the description. The link to my website is, and that will take you, and then you can go ahead and book there. So we'll have to do it that way till I add it to the description. You can also see my new daily tarot that I have. So a lot of things are going on. You can get 15% off from the 8th of September until the 30th. I also do the daily tarot reading that comes out every single day, so definitely check that out if that's something you're interested in. It's short and sweet. It's like anywhere from 4 to 10 minutes, and that's it. And then I also have a membership on my YouTube channel now, if that's something you're interested in joining. It's a lot of fun, great community. So if that's something you want to be part of, consider joining. It's also a great way to support the channel. You get a free members only, or not a reading, sorry, I've got readings on the brain. You have it on a reading for the month. Oh my God. So your monthly, so September, the whole month, October, the whole month. And then I do weekly readings for the collective in the members only. And so I'm going to put a poll out, and then you go ahead and vote on it, and whatever wins, that's going to be the topic. So look for that. If you are a member and you're watching, please go vote in the poll. I'm going to be making the video in a couple of days, and so I want all the votes to get in. Not everybody's voting, so I'm not sure if everybody knows about that. So definitely vote. And if you're a new member, go and vote. What else to tell you? Oh, this is fun. So you guys know I go live twice a week on Tuesdays and Fridays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I answer your questions. It is by donation, right? So you've seen my rates. So I love this. So we're going to do a shout out during the live shows for the members. So the members, this is from last night's show. This is from Tuesday. So you shout out. I'm going to put your name in here. This is Tracy. So Tracy, I put your name in there. I throw you in there. That's only if you're there for the live. And then I do this, and then I choose a name. You get a free question answered live. So have a question ready if you're a member and you show up. You can say something like, what does the universe want to tell me today? Or you have a specific question. So this is a lot of fun, and people are really having a good time with that. And so you figure if you're a member, you get what? Let's say I go live twice a week. So what, 8, maybe 9 chances each month to get a free question answered. I love it. And that's even if you pay for a question and then you get a second question. I love it. All right. So there's that. And what else to tell you? Again, I go live twice a week. Hit the notification bell if you want to see me go live. That way you won't miss an episode. And especially if you're a member, that way you can go ahead and chime in. I have a backup channel also, Ancient Oak Psychic Arts Daily. Definitely subscribe to that. I'm not posting there right now, but that is something that is going to be activated in a little bit. So you definitely want to be part of that. I'm probably going to run a contest for that too. So all the people that sign up, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give away a free 1-hour reading. So I will do a lottery. There's a software that you can use, an app, and it just takes everybody's name and it'll choose someone randomly. So I think I'm going to do that. So definitely sign up. And then visit my website, ancientoakpsychicarts.com. The link is in the description below. And there you can sign up for the free newsletter. You'll have first dibs on anything that comes out. Also, you can book a personal reading with me there, like I said, with that 15% discount going from the 8th to the 30th. And then we have the missing person consultation. I'm trying to read my notes. And then you can also visit the Learning Center, and that's where the Manifestation Masterclass is, the online Tarot Masterclass coming out the end of September. And that's normally where I have my private lessons, but do the birthday special for that. Go through that link, because in the Learning Center, that's where you can read more about it. That's where the one-on-one private lesson for tarot, manifestation, or raising your vibration is, so you can read about it and see if that's something you want. And then don't forget to check out Alison's picks. Those are my affiliate links. Great stuff in there. I use all those products. All right, everybody. That's a lot. Sending you lots of love. Bye for now.